Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Looney. Another green day in the markets. My portfolio is actually up 1.7% today. I'm at 65,000. And let's break down what happened with some of my trades that closed today, the Gemini IPO, some profits that I took, and why I'm still managing some of my hedging position heading into next week's Fed's decision. Before we get into this video, quick shout out to the Discord. It is free to join. And then I also offer a premium membership that's $8 a month. And that gives you access to one-on-one coaching, trade callouts, option selling course. I do giveaways and more. You can check it out. All the links that are in the description. So let's look at all the winners today because everyone sort of feels like they're winning. And I want to show you my winners that came out today. And one of them was my cash secured puts. So I had Mara cash secured puts, and it's not going to show just yet because they closed out today, but they closed out of the money and expired worthless. And when you're selling cash secured puts, that's a good thing. You get your cash back. And also with that, you get a realized gain of whatever that premium was. And I believe mine was like $50. But again, it's not going to show it, or at least I don't believe it will. Maybe if I go to my realized profits. And yeah, it's not going to show it here. But while we're here, you can see my past week has been rough from covered calls. But we'll get into that one in a second because I'm still doing covered calls despite all the bullish momentum. So yes, cash secured puts were green on a day. They did really well for me. I didn't make any major moves with stock picks today. I guess the major one would be SoFi was up 2%, and then HIMS was up another 7%. So this one's doing really well. Past week up 14%. I'm actually up 30% overall, and I don't have the position I want yet. I want 100 shares, but I don't think right now is the best time to buy. I'm being very patient. And another one that we're going to look at, or my biggest winner today, was the Gemini IPO. So let me pull up the Gemini IPO, and we can see here it is now at $33. And me and myself, I was able to get 39 shares, and I didn't sell at a great time, if I'm being honest. So I sold it at $36, and ideally I should have sold it when it was like $40, but I was hoping that it would actually go higher when it was unhalted, because for a little bit, Gemini was halted, and I thought that would actually be a good thing, but in actuality, once it got unhalted, it started to sell off. So I missed out on like $100 gain, but overall, a 30% gain in just a day or holding for 2 hours is pretty good. I'm pretty proud with that. And I was able to get a bunch of shares. 39 shares is pretty good. I know a lot of people only got one share, but I'm totally okay with getting 39. I think that's good enough. And yeah, I made $340, and that's realized profit sitting in cash now. So I could use that for whatever I want, whether I want to do an open play, because that one is all over the internet right now. It's actually down 14%, but past month up 280%. I'm not personally investing into open just yet. I wouldn't say it's a bad play, but it's definitely risky, and I'm staying away for now because it seems like everyone is sort of winning on the internet with any kind of stock. There's not really any losers out there other than maybe Lululemon is the only one I could think of that is struggling. But overall, I'm really being cautious with how things are going today. So with that, I actually decided to take some profit to even get more relaxation with knowing that I took some money off the table. So if things do pull back, I'm okay with that. So I took like $20 off with Ethereum. Not a lot, but you can see here I took around 20 in profit. I don't think it shows the percent return, but clearly you can see my total percent return. I'm actually up 65%. So totally okay with taking profit from Ethereum in this scenario. But again, not taking major profit from it. But on the flip side, let's actually go to how I am handling some kind of downturn or possible downturn, because although the market is very bullish, it can't just go up forever. And that's why I do have covered calls. And a lot of people would probably just close these covered calls or not do anything with them or not even do covered calls at all. But with Riot, I have a bunch of covered calls open that are deep in the money, and I'm constantly having to roll them, which is not ideal. I'm having to pay for it. And yeah, unfortunately, this is what happens when you sell options. You run this risk of going in the money and you have to manage that position. And I want this share to appreciate. I want Riot until I am at least 100% return. I'm pretty much there. I'm up 70%. And I really don't want to miss out on the share appreciation. So I am hedging to the downside. If Riot actually goes down, I will benefit from my options, give me some breathing room. But if it continues to go up, my covered calls will be in a stickier situation. And that's why I do have some more bullish strategies that I'm about to show you, which include actually the IPO. I consider an IPO a bullish strategy because if the market's hot, momentum's hot, something like Gemini or just doing some kind of IPO is perfect for that scenario. So I'm able to catch both ways, whether the market goes up or whether the market goes down. But my gains are definitely limited because of those covered calls. But I do have a call debit spread on SoFi, and this one's doing really well. It expires in a month. And a call debit spread is a bullish strategy. And I just need SoFi to stay above $22. And I'll make around, or I need to stay above $23 and I'll make $73. So I'm just simply holding this one, catching that upside. And with the covered calls, are hedging to that downside. But other ways I'm hedging to the downside is just holding cash. I have 11,000 in buying power that I could use for some kind of dip, because if we do see some dip, it could be a buying opportunity. So I might not go all in on buying stuff or getting invested somewhere, but I will look to deploy my cash appropriately. I do pay attention to VIX a lot and other indicators, but scrolling down to the Fed rate, it's pretty imminent that we're going to see a Fed rate cut this next week. And right now it's pricing in a 91% or around there, 91% chance of a rate cut of 25 basis points happening. And that's probably why the market's actually running hot, is because it's pricing in that cut already. So I'm not sure if the announcement of the cut in September or September 17th will be a sell the news event. So that's why I'm being cautious, but I do want to catch that upside, like I said, with the different strategies. And I actually put my money where my mouth is, and I decided to put $1,100 or $770 to bet that the rates will be cut by 25 basis points. And it's looking good. If I win, I get $1,100 back. So I'm doing different things to catch the upside, different ways to catch the downside. I'm being very strategic with how I'm allocating cash. I'm not going all in on like open calls or GameStop calls. I'm really being strategic. Sure, I do miss out on some massive moves, but as soon as this market moves in the opposite direction, I'm sure a lot of people will be sorry they actually weren't hedged enough. So to sum up everything, my portfolio is actually doing pretty good year to date. Or let's go through it. So on the day, I'm up 1.2, week 4.8, 1 month 9.5, 3 months 22, year to date 26%. And if we look at the SPY, I like comparing to that. I am outcompeting it by 10% or somewhere around there. So I'm not getting those massive gains that you're seeing all over the internet, but I'm totally okay with missing out as long as I'm green, because green is green. And as long as I'm making profit, I'm totally okay with that. And again, today did pretty good, closed some puts. We saw the Gemini IPO give me that quick flip. And I did take some Ethereum profits. So I got that off the table. And then again, my covered calls are still a grind with to the downside. And then rate cuts are very likely for next week, which could actually be bullish or bearish. But I am being very strategic, taking wins when I can and hedging when I need to. Until next time, peace.